Okay, Uechi-Ryu quick tip, how to make a Shoken. When I form a Shoken, I curl my 3 fingers in from my pinky finger, my ring finger, and my middle finger. And I basically am pointing my index finger out like this. Then I'm going to curl that one in part way, take my thumb, press my thumb into my middle finger, right to the side of the finger there, and then squeeze my pointer finger, my index finger, right down tight. So again, I curl these 3 fingers in, 1, 2, 3. Place my thumb down to my middle finger, squeeze my index finger in. I'm just going to squeeze tight. When I form the Shoken, I'm going to make it stable by squeezing everything nice and tight. So starting with the pinky, I'm squeezing tight into the hand, and I'm actually pressing the thumb into the middle finger while pushing the thumb and the fingernail of the index finger tight together. So everything should be squeezed condensed, tight, solid, so you make impact with the Shoken, you don't injure yourself. A big tip I have for forming the Shoken is make sure you don't have the index finger protruding too far out. So if I make my Shoken like this, with this much space between the tip of the index finger knuckle and the flat of my hand, I think that creates too much wiggle room for the strike. So to test that, I'm going to take the knuckle of my index finger, press it into the palm of my hand. I'm just going to wiggle. So if there's any bit of wiggle, even when squeezing tight in that Shoken, in the finger, then it means when I make impact on something, it's going to bend out of place. So I might break my finger, might dislocate it, and those aren't things I want to do. So what I recommend when you make the Shoken is you want to compact it down as far as you can while still having a little bit of knuckle showing. From this point of view, it's going to look like this. So it's not this. I don't need this much space when I make a Shoken. Just keep it tight down here. Now if I was to press that into the palm of my hand, there's minimum wiggle, and I can actually just strike something a little bit and see how much that hurts my finger when I hit it. Obviously start off light. Don't start pounding something as hard as you can right away with the Shoken. Give it time to form. The Shoken is the type of technique that's going to take years to strengthen to be able to use it in an applicable manner. So as you're training, really focus on squeezing nice and tight and building up the muscle structure around the bones of the hand while you're making that Shoken. And by practicing this, not just by squeezing tight in the kata in your practice, but also by putting a little bit of pressure training into it, you're going to have a nice strong Shoken that you can use in any sort of self-defense application, as long as you're hitting the appropriate target. And remember, the Shoken isn't always used for striking necessarily. There's plenty of applications from our kata that use the Shoken for a grappling type situation, whether that's straight up using that as a grabbing, pinching motion, or applying a little bit of pressure in an in-close clinch situation. So take your Shoken and practice it outside of a striking scenario. So maybe I'm going to take that Shoken and I'm going to test its structure by rubbing it against something, whether it be a makiwara, a hand, a small tight beanbag, whatever you might have around that gives you that sort of pressure. So you practice striking with your Shoken and you practice grabbing or rubbing with it as well. And if you do that, you're going to have a well-rounded martial arts technique that you can use in a variety of situations. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, whatever you feel comfortable doing to help support this channel grow. I'll see you soon.